It has officially been a year since I started Soul Untamed. So today I'm going to dedicate this entire video to just really talking about the journey over the last year for me. Throughout this journey, I think what surprised me the most was
I don't know how this thing works, but screw it, I'ma do it anyway. I don't know how this will turn out, but screw it, I'ma do it anyway. I don't know how this thing works, but screw it, I'ma do it anyway. I don't know how this will turn out, but screw it, I'ma do it anyway.
What is up, good people? It's your girl, Nikki P. Welcome back to another episode of Soul Untamed, where we are talking about creating lives by us and not for us. Today's video is really special to me because this is my anniversary video. At the time of this video, we've already passed the date, but it has officially been a year since I started Soul Untamed. And first of all, since I don't often celebrate myself, especially not publicly, let me just say shout out to you, Nikki P, for staying consistent, recording on this channel. I have uploaded over 100 and some videos, almost 200 videos consistently between the long form videos and the shorts. And just shout out to thee. And also shout out to all of you, for those of you who have followed me, have subscribed to my channel rather. I just want to say thank you for rocking on this journey with me as I'm navigating through life and figuring out new things every day and all the good things. And I just wanted y'all to be on this journey with me. So today I'm going to dedicate this entire video to just really talking about the journey over the last year for me. I specifically wanted to talk about like when I started, you know, I consume a lot of content and I follow people who I was inspired by, just looking at how they live their life and just more importantly, how their life was changing. I follow a lot of people who are goal setters, people who are trying to just improve and become the best version of themselves, people who are living life out loud and every single day, just chipping away and chipping away of really living a life that they love, not accepting that they can't have this life, not accepting that, oh, well, it's just not in the cards for me, and oh, I'll just do this, and I'm not really happy, but it is what it is. I followed people like this and was very inspired by them. And in my own journey, I knew that I had a story to tell. And so when I started Soul Untamed, I didn't really know exactly how I was going to do this format. Like I knew what I wanted it to be about. You know, I specifically chose the name Soul Untamed because that really is what living a life that you love is about. It is listening to your soul. It is aligning with your innermost desires, innermost dreams, and really locking into that to get to the destiny that you want. And it's an ongoing process. And so when I thought about how I was going to do this on camera, I was like, okay, well, you know, a lot of people do this vlog style. So let me start with a vlog style. I found that that wasn't really working for me. Trying to walk around and capture my life and, you know, using the camera and doing all of that, that was a little confusing for me, not the easiest thing. And I found that for me, telling a story is easier if I just sit here and I just look at the camera and just talk to you all. And so over time, that is what it became. Instead of a vlog style, it was more of just a chat between me and girlfriends. I'm saying girlfriends because primarily this channel is for women who are like me, women who are feeling like they are disconnected from who they are. They're you know, they're getting up every day, they're doing the things and living life, whether it's going to work, you know, you might be married or, you know, single, taking care of kids, you know, all these different things. and you're just kind of going day in and day out and doing the same thing, but you know deep inside that something is missing and you don't know what. And those are the people I'm talking to. So yes, when I get in front of this camera, I found that I felt more comfortable talking to girlfriends, talking to my ladies, talking to people who get it, who understand. If you're still sitting here listening to me, it's because something that I'm saying is resonating with you. And yes, those are people that I'm talking to. So throughout this journey, I think what surprised me the most was how much my own life and the inner work that I was going to have to do while I'm talking to you about doing the inner work throughout this whole process. I'm pretty self aware. I'm pretty self aware in general. I'm a person who is constantly trying to improve mindset and improve spirituality. Like I'm always on this journey. And so I really thought that I had most things figured out. Not all things figured out, but most things figured out. But as I was coming up with the different like stories to tell you and just ways to talk about the tools and things that I use, as I was really using those tools in real time, I was discovering that there were so many beliefs that I had that I was harboring, so many limiting beliefs that I was harboring, this invisible script running in the background of my mind, and I didn't know like just how much inner work I was going to have to do to talk to you guys about doing the inner work. Even me getting to the point of showing up on camera, even the idea of needing to be perfect or needing to have my life at a certain standard before I talk to you all, like even dealing with those beliefs, and just it just was so much, so rewarding. But man, like to really sit and have to go through it as I was talking to you guys, like I'm talking, even now I'm talking to you, but I really was teaching myself and learning myself. So I think what surprised me the most was how many of my own fears were exposed, and just how much work I actually had to do. You know what I mean? Like, so it's this journey has been a blessing, and it's been on both, it's been both sides. There have been times where it's been really, really great. And then there's other times where I want to ball up in a fetal position and I just want to cry my eyes out because it gets heavy. It gets heavy sometimes. I wanted to go deeper than just talking about, creating a life you love, because what it really comes down to, what really stops us from living life out loud or any of those things, are beliefs that we have. That's what it really comes down to, because the beliefs form the thoughts become the words become the actions become habit, and then you have, your life. And then this is on repeat if you don't stop it when it's at the belief, to change it to get the outcome that you want. So that's what really surprised me the most, to just really dig deep into this pattern of what exactly is keeping you stuck. You know what I mean? And how I have changed over this last year is, I think when I started, I was looking more for answers, like very concrete answers. And in regards to like the why and the limiting beliefs and all that, I was looking for answers. But what I found was that now, instead of just looking for answers, I look for patterns. Patterns are what help me identify the thing that's keeping me stuck. If every year you are ending the year pretty much in the same position that you were in when you started, or maybe this is year 5 or year 7 or year 10 or 20, like, what, you have to look at it differently. Like, what is the thing? What's the thing that's keeping this going on this loop? And I think that now, instead of just looking for the answers, I look for the patterns. So if I notice that I'm triggered by something, that's a pattern. I'm triggered by the same thing. That's a pattern. Okay, what's that? What's that? And then that's when I start looking for the answer. Instead of looking for the answer first, it's not that I don't look for answers, but instead of looking for the answer first, I look at the pattern. That's how I catch it. And then I start to dig deep. And I think another way that I've changed is that being uncomfortable was something that I used to try to fix. And I have other people in my life that would try to fix it. You know, if they saw me upset, oh, what can I do to make you feel better? But instead of looking for the quick fix to feel better, I asked the question, what is this trying to teach me? Why am I uncomfortable? I feel uncomfortable. What's happening? What's happening in here? It forced me to slow down and really try to understand what is happening beneath the surface. You know, why am I uncomfortable? Why does this person or this type of person make me uncomfortable? Why when I go into this room, why do I feel the need to shrink? That was a big one for me, noticing that I would walk into certain spaces and I would pull back and shrink. I didn't want to expand too much or shine too much, and I had to stop and ask myself, like, why are you shrinking? What is it that's holding you back from really letting people see exactly who you are? And that was, dealing with that, it was helpful and everything. And that's what got me to really lock in on a lot of the deeper reasons behind why I was acting the way I was acting and why am I showing up in the energy that I'm showing up in. I also used to measure my growth by actual results, like checking off, tasks on a list. Like, oh, I did this appeared, check, this happened, check. And if I didn't see it before, I used to think, oh, that means nothing's happening, I'm not growing, nothing's changing. But now I look at how I respond to what is happening, the challenges that come up in my life, and that is showing how much I've grown. And so those are just a few of the ways that I have changed over this last year and what I'm about to do next. So this first year was about figuring a lot of stuff out, a lot of things exposed, limiting beliefs, past traumas and areas that I did not expect there to be traumas in. But going into this second year of Soul Untamed, this year will be about sharing the tools and the processes that I have developed over the last year to help me get to a point of being able to see my life changing around me. You know, a year ago, being a business owner was a dream, like in the sense of earning money, like outside of a 9 to 5. That seemed like something so far away from me. And I'm looking at my finances this year, and I am literally operating in a space of business and finance as a business owner, as a CEO, as a CFO over my finances, and understanding like how I should be looking at my money and understanding money differently. Like there were some things that I had to do and some tools that I had to implement in order for me to shift that mindset to get to the point now where I feel and I walk in abundance daily. And so over the next year, I want to really develop these so that you can also experience these same things if you are still in a space of trying to figure out how to connect, how to reconnect with who you are, so that when you wake up every single day, you are waking up to a life that you absolutely love. Is every day going to be perfect? No, I don't think that ever can be the case. But you deserve to wake up every single day and just feel in your spirit as you get up. You shouldn't have a sense of dread going into the day. You should wake up and you're just like, ah, yes. And getting out of the bed and moving throughout your life that way, knowing that you are living a life that is aligned with who you are, the life of your dreams, the life of your desires, like just knowing that. So that's what this next year is going to be for the most part. I also, because I did so much identifying in this last year, this next year, personally and professionally, I really want to fully embody the best version of me, the one on the other side of these limiting beliefs. Through all the ones that I've identified, I have gone through the steps and really locked in on what was the origin of this, challenged it, audited it. What is this really true? Is this true? Really? And then getting to the new empowered truth. And that's the truth that I follow. That's the one that I write down in my journal. That's the one that I read every night. That's the one that I read every day before I start my day. This is your empowered truth. Walk in this. And that is what I want to share with you all. I want this year, we're halfway through the year. We have 6 months, more or less at this point. We have about 6 months left in the year, 5.5 really. And I want to see everybody winning this year. I want the glow ups. I want all the level ups, the next level, the best version, the evolved version, whatever. I want all of that for all of you at the end of this year. I want y'all to come into 2027 knowing that you left everything on the table in 2026. That's what I'm manifesting for you. That's what I'm manifesting for myself. And that's the way that I want to show up on this camera every single time that you see me. And not just on camera, but in the world, in my life. I want every single day to show up as this version with the new empowered truth of who I am. Identify the beliefs, and they may not go away right away. Like when I started discovering the beliefs and understanding what they were and where they came from, the goal, honestly, for me is not to completely cut them out. It's not to completely be like, ignore them, suppress them. No, because I found that there's a part of me that still feels that way. There's a part of me that feels afraid to expand, to walk, to go somewhere and to really shine the way that I can, and then have a lot of people depending on me, being responsible to people. Like that is a genuine fear of mine. So it's not so much to ignore that, but making that voice a little smaller and really locking into what my empowered truth is every single day in every single area, everywhere that I can identify a limiting belief. Yes, but yes, but yes, but for everyone, it's like yes, but however, comma, like that is the way that I want to show up every single day. So that's what you can look forward to seeing from me for the next year. New resources, new products, more content on not just identifying the limiting beliefs, but the exact process of how you get from the limiting belief to the embodiment of the truth. So that's what you have to look forward to. Thank you so much if you're still here rocking with me. I think at this point this video might be 20 minutes long. I said to myself before this started that I was not going to go that long, and lo and behold, here I go running my mouth, and it's probably 20 minutes. But okay, whatever. But thank you for rocking with me. Before I go, I just want to let you know that I do currently have a resource for you to audit your limiting beliefs. It is called the Belief Audit Workbook. I will leave that link in the description and also pin it in my comments. And if there was anything in this video that resonated with you, please give it a like, please give it a share. Invite people to come. I really want y'all to be on this movement with me. Like, let's go. Let's live life. Like, live it, not survive it, live it. Let's be in that energy together. So thank you so much. I will see you on the next one. It's your girl, Nikki P. Mwah.